Yo, what's up? So I wanted to share this with you. This is really cool. I've been using this app called GetStuff, and it's an app that works on the iPhone and Android. If you've heard of the app called Magic App, it's kind of like that. You can only use it on your phone, which is interesting. You can download on the Apple and Google Play Store. And essentially, what this is I'm calling this. You know how you've heard of outsourcing, right? And usually with outsourcing, it's kind of like sending somebody a big project to get done, and there's lots of management, and it's really complex. And what I'm calling this is out tasking, because really what you're doing is you're just sending your tasks to this service, and they get these tasks done for you. So it's like a personal assistant for one-off tasks. The way that it works is you open up the app and then you send in a task, and then it gets assigned to someone on their team. And then once it gets assigned, they respond back and help you coordinate or do whatever it is that you need to do on the app. So I'm going to open up the app and show you what it looks like. And I put markers below in the video so you can jump to the section that is most interesting to you. I'm going to discuss what the tasks are you can send, how does it work, who this is a good fit for, where the assistant's located, what can you send them, and how much it is. And at the end, I'll talk about the downsides. So first of all, this is a really cool app. I don't know how they're doing this, but they charge $50 a month, and it doesn't say this anywhere on their site. $50 a month for unlimited tasks. Okay, so that's not $50 an hour. It's not $50 a project. It's $50 a month for unlimited tasks. And again, you won't see that on their website, which is really interesting. I think it's probably because they are testing different things. So I don't know how long this is going to be around for. They might increase the price at some point. So I signed up and I got locked in at that price, and they haven't raised it on me. And they've raised the price since I signed up. And so, I'm not sure they'll do that to you, but anyways, there's nothing else like it as far as I've found. Everything else, if you're trying to do some outsourcing or out tasking, it's, $400 a month or $100 a month, and they limit the amount of tasks that you do. Or if you're looking for somebody part-time or full-time, anywhere from, $400 to $1,000 a month to have a personal assistant do things for you. Now, all right, let me show you how it works. Okay, so here is the GetStuff app. And as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, it has the amount of agents, just to let you know that there's agents there. And there's two ways to send a task. You start typing, you click on this and you go, I'd like to ... I'm going to record something, send a birthday card to my grandma. Then you send the task. I'm not going to send it because my grandma's dead, so she wouldn't get it. Or you can leave a voice message. I'm going to click this. Hey, I would like to research the cheapest hotels in Park City for the month of October that are 4 stars and higher. You can see I send the task to them. Shows up in a second. You'll see that, and it hasn't been assigned yet, but that's the audio. And then you'll see the tasks that are awaiting response from me. You can see the ones that are open, and then you see the ones that are done. And I'll briefly go through like the ones that are done so you can kind of see what I've used them for. I've used them for 60 tasks so far, and I've used them. A few of the interesting ones that I've used them for are, I had them design a flyer for a garage sale. You check this out. So I just sent them, hey, I have a garage sale coming up. Can you just put this in design? And they did it for me. I was like, sweet, this is really cool. And I get, this is not going to win any design awards or anything, but it's pretty dang good. I didn't have to do it. It took me a few hours to do that. I had them send a thank you card to my mom. I left a voice message and I said, hey, I would like you to send a thank you card to my mom that says XYZ. And I actually had the letter sent to myself because I wanted to see how it looked, and it looked great. It was from Postable and it looked amazing. Let's see. I had them do some research for seam cleaning. I had them buy some earplugs for me. I had them do some research on finding the top investors because I do run a business, and I'll get to this in a second. It's not really necessarily meant for business, but you can do that. You can see a few more like locate 5-star hotels. We want to do some research for a punching bag. We needed to find some wiper blades for my car. And so I said, hey, I need some kinds of wiper blades for my Mazda. and here's the state of the car and all that. And they just took care of it for me. They ordered it, and then you pay through the app. Here's a list of things that they can do for you. I've used them for more than this. It's really helpful for tasks that I need to get done that are just outside of my wheelhouse or that I just dread doing. So, all right. So what tasks can't you send them? It's not super clear what you can and can't send them. So here are the out of scope tasks. Any task that takes 3+ hours, downloading software, reoccurring, immoral tasks. You probably do all your immoral tasks yourself. Business tasks like cold calling, prospecting. And that's a big one. It's a bummer because I sometimes need help doing research, but that's where I use like an actual VA for my business. Anything that requires personal info, time constricting tasks, like I need this done in the next 10 minutes, anything that's required to be in a specific time. Because sometimes if you need something done like right now, like let's say I needed lunch ordered in the next 10 minutes, they wouldn't be able to help you with that because sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to get connected with someone. Tasks that require an electronic, no idea what that means. I imagine it's probably electronic signatures. And then conference calls and out of scope purchases, which is kind of vague. So some of it's a little bit vague here. One things I also noticed is that they don't allow two-factor authentication tasks. Another thing is that they only work on tasks for up to 3 hours. So if the task is longer than 3 hours, sometimes what'll happen is they'll say, hey, this task is longer than 3 hours. We're not going to work on it. And sometimes they'll say, we'll work on it until the 3 hours is up. Right. So you'll get a different person every time. And I don't even think that they understand and know what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do. I think they're probably learning as well. But anyways, there's still a lot you can do with it and super helpful. All right. So who is this for? I'm a parent. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-month-old, and there are so many tasks that I have on my to-do list, like getting quotes, calling, waiting on hold for the DMV, getting that little flyer developed, getting appliance people, electricians, plumbers, finding like the best quote on certain products. Those are all things that I just don't have time to do that I would just love to pass off to somebody. And this is a great tasks for stuff. I'm an entrepreneur as well. And so I am used to kind of delegating things. And so in my personal life, it's hard to justify paying $1,500 a month for a personal assistant. And I'm not like, super wealthy, but having this personal assistant for my personal life has been really helpful because there's a lot of tasks in my personal day to day that I just don't have the time or energy to do. And it's really helpful. I also have ADHD. And one of my symptoms of ADHD is that I will procrastinate stuff that I don't want to do. I'll get really, really hyper focused on one thing and then I'll forget to do other things. And I put stuff off. And so with stuff, I could just open up the app. I can record 3 or 4 different tasks that I want to get done. And it just does it for me. They just get them done. They're located in the US. Unfortunately, the service only works US people. I don't know why that is. I think I've had a few people internationally try to sign up and they said, hey, sorry, this won't work for you. So it only works if you're in the US, and all the assistants are located in the US. It's $50 a month for unlimited tasks. They have this thing in their privacy policy that if you send too many tasks, you'll be throttled, which is like kind of like cell phone service. I haven't run into that. I have to like search for things to send them, which is actually good because I have to think about what is it I should spend my time doing and what should I out task to these guys. And I'm always finding new things to send them. And because they're only charging a flat fee, I feel okay if I only send 2 one month and then 10 the next month. The downsides of stuff, it's not set up for complex tasks. Like if you want big projects, it's not for business. So if you want to like schedule meetings with your clients, like they actually create a meeting and it's registered under their email. So like GetStuff.com. Another downside is if you're having them call people, I don't think they can represent you. So they have to say things like, hey, I'm calling on behalf of, you know, John Jacobson, who is requesting da 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 da. And sometimes businesses or other people will say, hey, I'm sorry, they actually have to make the call. We can't work through you. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, it's worth it to have them do it anyways. The other downside is you don't have a dedicated person working with you. It gets sent to a random person. And you have to send really clear directions to them too. So if you just can't say, hey, find me a hotel for next week, the more clear you are on the directions, the better you'll get a result. And it's kind of exercising your delegation muscle in a way. I sent a task recently that was like, hey, can you find me a PS5 online? And they found one at Walmart, right? And they sent it to me. I said, hey, is this the cheapest one that you found? And they're like, well, let me check. And they found a cheaper one. So if you're looking to find like a product, you have to specify looking for a PS5 that is the cheapest PS5 available online, right? So there's some downsides for this service. I haven't found anything like it at this price point. And if you were my best friend, and you were asking me, hey, should I try stuff out? I would say absolutely. And there's a chance that it's not a right fit for you. And you might decide, hey, I'm not using this as much as I want. And so that's why I kind of created this little out tasking workshop. I put this together. And it's kind of like a bonus if you sign up with the link below. It just tells them that you came from me. And if you just send me a message, and I'll put a link below. And if you decide to get stuff through that link, I'll send you this little workshop, and it will show you at the very least 20 things that you can outsource right away, because trying to get into that mindset of delegating household tasks can be kind of difficult because we're so used to doing it all. So I'll help you find tasks that you can out task right away. So that way you can get value from it right away without having to wonder like what to give them. And that should be really helpful. So anyways, that's my review of GetStuff. Hope that was helpful for you, and we'll talk to you soon.